Alright, so I'm starting recording. I'm gonna start doing the point of controls on what I do every single day, real quick. So point of controls for 8 a.m. Let's take a look at that. Grabbing my fixed range volume profile. First of all, let's get to the 3 a.m. Where's 3 a.m. at? Alright, so that's that. So here we're gonna go ahead and put London point of control. We're gonna look for New York, 8 a.m. There. So we're at point of control at this very moment, by the way. Point of control, New York point of control. Then tonight stay open. Here. So it looks like London respected TDO. And as you can see, we're just kind of like inside these multiple fake outs of New York point of control. We came back to manipulate and we're holding the line at point of control, as you can observe. Like that's visually easily to see, bro. We do have other point of controls that I have in my other charts that I'm seeing on 809. So we have 809 as point of control for London. That's a previous London point of control. And then we do have another one for Asia, 791. These are old point of controls, guys. Asia point of control. Make sure you guys are locking your point of control so you don't move them by mistake. So looking at the 2 hour, right? You can already see that in the 2 hour we had some sort of fake double top. So we had the one sellers, second sellers. It was out at the bottom here. I thought we were gonna get momentum to get point of control retested. That's the reason why I took that short. Again, if it doesn't play out, it's not that bad, guys. I'm just executing my rules. If you look at the 1 hour, we have this sort of like one bar, like U, all about the U. So this could in fact be the very much play that pushes up for volume and then pushes down to take out liquidity, etc. So that would be the play that we'd be looking for from 9:30, maybe the first 10 minutes, like a 100-point move up into the 860s, 880 more or less, because again, directional candles are already showing you it's only buyers. When buyers come down, they come back, retest. Buyers come down, they retest. Buyers come down, retest. Not only that, you have a no wick candle here that tapped and basically ran on the 1 hour. So when I look at this, I'm looking at the four important things. What is the structure? Structure is an uptrend. If you look at the 15-minute, we have sort of like sellers getting no commitment to drop, and we do have some sort of support holding at a previous zone that was really strong. As you can see, we have a 4 bar reversal right here. It looks like a little W. So basically, we have uh, a lot of selling and then a lot of demand pressure coming back from, again, an area that was previously also, again, a W. So these little W's that had previous like support and then more demand and now demand again, is basically us holding point of control for actually getting any liquidity above, which is very obvious. We have a lot up here. So if you do enter the momentum of the 1 hour, I mean, I'm sorry, the first open bell ring, and you see that pump up, just take it lightly. Don't get crazy with it. Good morning to everybody, by the way. Caesar, good morning. Good morning, Francis. Good morning, Pretty. Let's see here. Right now, it's more
Good
of like,
morning.
good morning, my love. Right now, it's more of like setting a tone to what the footprint they're going to show you in the very, very beginning, because they can easily manipulate this to go down first before they go up. Right now, what I would really, really like is kind of like see a directional candle. So like, let's say at 9:30 on the dot, I would really be paying attention to the 3 minute or the 2 minute just to make sure I can see, Okay, are we higher pulling away from point of control up or are we pulling down? That would tell me that the first candle goes up, then they would come down a little bit to continue. Or they drop, they go up a little bit, and then they continue. And then that sets kind of like the first 1 minute tone for that volume to kick in. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So as you can see, like I'll give you an example here. So you see how we're holding above this point of control here, and then it closes. It looks like it's closing down, but then it goes up. That's sort of the reaction that you want inside that like 931 volume. Okay. Any questions for anybody? For anybody that did come in and didn't hear me earlier, uh, we sort of have a range at this moment. We have previous areas of resistance and we have support at the bottom. We did get this nice little scoop up with no commitment from sellers for pre-market. Um, then looking at the 15-minute again, I do see two things. They have sort of like this push up, then they come down. They take all these stop losses, right? And then it sort of looks like a little distorted. Like one of the things I always talk to myself about when I'm trading, I'm like, does it look like a W? Does it look like a W? Because the moment they break out, it's just a retest continuation, and then it'll reverse. Ideally, right? In a perfect world, I can't tell you when it's gonna reverse, but when you start looking at point of controls close to you, that's usually an area of like high liquidity or zones that were basically filled orders that were needing to get completed. Caesar, where you been at, bro? You've been long gone.
Yeah, I have a salary job, so I've been working 70, 80 hours a week.
You have a who?
A salary job?
Ah, so you've been busy. I hear you on that. Or,
It's rough.
well, everything's good with life, bro.
Yeah, we're getting back to it, dabbling,
That's what's up, bro.
make,
You weren't
making
away
time.
from you weren't taking a break from trading, were you?
No, I was charting and stuff like that, but I didn't have time to trade or anything like that.
Got it. Francis, talk to us about your recent endures in the market. How are you dealing with it? What are you learning so far? She's probably working. Pretty, what about you? What's up with you? How's trading treating you?
That's all right. I've been trying to only trade the Asia session, so I feel like I'm starting back from zero or whatever.
Oh, word.
I've been thinking about maybe, yeah, because I'm so busy during the day with my kids and all everything else, and random stuff. I don't really get to focus like I want to, but
That's facts.
I'm starting to think I might want to start going with orders over market orders in my trades. I don't know. I'm gonna have to back test it and see if it's valid or not. If I'm not patient enough with the market orders.
I might start doing the same thing if I'm being real with you because I'm getting chopped up a lot and with my FXAs, I want to keep them alive with Top Step for a little longer than the normal. Even if it means I only make like 200, 300 bucks in like 2 hours letting it swing. Um, this whole little, what is it called? Responsible trader program that they put me in, that's just fucking with my mind. So I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna take a little step back. Let me see here. What I am trying to do is I'm trying to build a Lucid. I want to get at least two, three accounts with Lucid. So I may be able to trade Lucid and go a little harder on Lucid. I've done Lucid before. I think I've gone like three or four payouts from Lucid. Um, I just I didn't keep using them because I remember back then I was telling myself, man, I have too many accounts, and when I have too many accounts, I just start gambling. I start like just taking trades just out of random and not because it's valid or whatever. All right, so we're seeing some rejections on point of control at this very moment. So we got 10 more minutes till market opens. It dropped. See here, 664. See something here. All right, so our 15-minute candle is already engulfing the last candle. Look at that 30-minute. Jesus Christ. Now, two things to consider, right? When we're looking at the market, notice how the last candle that actually went all the way high rejected, and it takes out the last wick. So this little wick, you can see how we swept and now pushed down, causing us to have this like downward movement. How low can it go? I mean, just think about it, guys. It's always going to be point of control as your targets, ideally, right? Or you're going to go for wicks as a scalp. You're going to basically look for this as your TP1, maybe TP1 here, TP2, and TP3 is London point of control. If you do take that short, I'm gonna wait for Bell just because I don't want to keep losing accounts. I've already lost two accounts, and I'm chilling. That's $200 down the drain overnight. Let's see here. Good morning to everybody that's coming in. Good morning, stuff. Good morning, Pietro. Pietro, have you been?
Morning, good morning.
Pietro, have you
Good
been
morning.
trading?
I have.
Nice.
I've been paper trading almost every day.
Good, bro. What have you been learning? Like, what's your framework at this moment looking like?
Uh, Pretty much, I tend to use a lot of the 30 minutes, and then based on those entries on like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, more or less, and then I've been using indicators so I can more or less to learn how to, decipher certain patterns,
Mm-hmm.
right? And right now I'm learning how to incorporate how to use the point of control. I've been watching your videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just quiet in the chat.
Good, man. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I'm happy that you're at least dabbling and exposing yourself to at least keep it consistent. Because like what I told you, bro, 5 years from now, bro, we're gonna eat together, bro. We're gonna fucking eat, kid. All right, you just gotta play your part, man. And
Yeah, 100%.
in the long run, the beautiful thing is like the time of freedom is the best part about it. And I know you're a father, so just like me, I want to be with my kid all day, every day.
Yeah, man. There's a lot to learn,
Agreed.
but I've been very disciplined about it.
I'm glad to hear that, brother. No have, all right? No girls, no love life.
No, nothing, bro. I'm just focusing on the fitness,
Okay,
focusing on my son, and focusing on trading, and obviously UN here.
fire.
So far, it's been a great opportunity to give me stability.
I'm joyful to hear that, bro. You deserve that.
Thank you, man.
Yo, Steph, what's up with you? How you been? You got 2 minutes to talk to me.
Oh yeah, have been long. Hey, trying. It hasn't been that easy, but I keep trying.
And
After the last withdrawal,
what's up with your partner? Did she keep trading or not?
no, she gave up for now.
No.
She burned all their accounts and she's like, no, we were waiting for you. We need to talk to you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so down for you guys. It's just I keep forgetting and I'm sorry for that. But whenever you want, just hit me up, call me and say, "Hey, are you available?" Trust me, I'm usually always available.
Sounds good. We have to. Please.
See something here. Who's this Isaac trade? Isaac, introduce yourself, bro. Isaac, how long you been trading for, bro? It's okay to be shy, bro. All right, so we got an engulfing 15-minute candle, guys. Does the last minute just pump? That's crazy. Notice how we have VWAP at 574, right next to TDO, guys. So remember what TDO is, guys. TDO is basically the candle that opens at 12 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. That's 50 points so far. Yeah, we're just a little bit early. It's normal, bro. It's all good, bro. It doesn't matter. It's just market doing market things. Not all conditions are going to be in our favor. As long as I trigger my trades with my execution of like my rules, I feel no emotion attached to this, guys. Trust me, I would not be here right now. I'm basically always following my rules, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, then I just have to adapt to what market's doing. Now, remember, guys, just because I say buy or long or sell doesn't mean you full port your accounts. Please don't do that. Make sure you guys use proper risk management, go in one micro. As you see that you're in the right direction, you start adding to your position when you start seeing new trends of 5-minute continuation candles, your 2-minute confirmed support, right? You have some type of sweep. Think of your rules. Like when you visually see the market and you're inside the market and you see that the market is just stalled, do you think you're in the right position? I don't think so. Especially when you go to negative like 200, 0, negative 100, 0. You go up to maybe 50, but then it goes to negative 100. You might as well close your trade. Now, don't get me wrong. Today in this trade, you guys are going to see me be a little bit reckless. So I want you guys to visually see what I'm doing every single day. So I'm breaking down to you guys not only two things. Not only am I breaking down to you pre-market price action, I'm also showing you how I'm able to enter the market with the volatility that I need for me to make my $1,500 or $1,000 trade, and how I pass and farm these evals. So this is basically why I'm doing the live. I wanted to show you guys how when I go through a losing streak, how do I get myself out of that? How do I keep my mental health in check? My mindset, how am I able to like determine myself that I am an okay trader? When I say I'm an okay trader, I'm not like the best, but I know how to get myself out of the hole. So this is really important for you guys to understand. Like there is losing days and there is losing streaks. You guys are not the only one losing. Just because people like me, Jimmy, Grayson, and a few others make a few payouts doesn't mean that we don't lose. We lose just as much as you do. So on the 5-minute, if you look at the 5-minute, we have sort of like a demand zone one more time getting tapped. So you guys already know everything, guys. We wait for support or we wait for the retracement for continuation, okay? Let's look at it. 30 more seconds. And if you're up 500, 600 bucks in today's live, please trail your tight stop loss profits. Don't be trying to get like 2, 3K just because Regal's rigging price action for you. Okay, so it looks heavy. Nice little pump so far. 5 minutes still struggling. I would like to see some rejections at 690, 680-ish. Damn, we didn't get it. Fuck. I hate that. And now we go for TP1, TP2, like I mentioned earlier. So we're at TDO now, guys. So you guys saw that I was mentioning 680, 690. We got 674. We're 120 points down already. Now, just because you start seeing buying, do you buy now? You don't, okay? That's not what you do. You actually wait for a 1 minute what? A 1 minute confirmation candle. Or let's say this 1 minute candle closes green as fuck, right? And it's already tapped TDO, which was tonight's day open. Then you're just basically looking to buy to do what? To take the top. If we took the bottom and we've been only taking the bottom every single time and then we reverse hard, you're only buying, right? Like just because we went down doesn't mean you start selling. The reaction of that retracement that I wanted for shorts was because I knew that the volume would have kicked in really, really hard, and I could have taken my chances of taking that short. Again, we're talking probabilities, right? We're not talking about SMTs. We're not talking about like order blocks. We're just talking probabilities of if it goes up and comes down, it's going to continue going down where? Into the next area that's a high interest zone. Now look, this is a 4 bar reversal right here. You can see that very clearly. You see that? Right there, that's a 4 bar reversal. So I'm going to take my risk right here and take this long on the 1 minute. So I probably should have entered at the very, very bottom, but I'm going to hold this zone right here. I'm in 5 micros, guys. This might be a little too much for you guys. So if you start with 1 micro, you start positioning yourself heavier where? Above New York point of control, okay? So we have basically what a lot of people call a breaker block. I learned that recently. So basically my 4 bar reversal is a breaker block. We went to TDO as point of control. We swept, right? And now we're looking for a break above New York point of control. And we want to break and retest. Very nice momentum so far. So at the close of this 3 minute candle, you see how we're staying below this resistance zone? That means it's going to push down one more time and then go up. So it's going to be like consolidating here because a lot of people entered here long. So it wants to take stop losses, right? Nice little breakout so far in the 1 minute. It's still struggling though. So think about it, guys. You know how I always tell you trades usually have like a 100 to 150 point move and then they breathe, meaning they stop or they're not moving. Well, basically we are at that 130, 150 zone. Why? Because you can see where market came from all the way from the bottom to the top is 185 points. So imagine you're entering the market up here and you're like, fuck, I'm gonna miss out if I don't enter. Sometimes it's better to just wait. Wait for the market to show you it's gonna continue. How do you know that? Well, look at the 30-minute second and look at the 15-second. The moment you see this red candle come all the way down, right, it's gonna eat all these stop losses. And then basically it'll push up. So once you see the higher time frame, like a 2 minute, you can see, oh shit, I can see why they're moving that way. At this very, very moment, it's a brand new 2 minute candle. It's still too early to say it's gonna keep pumping, right? But looking at it from the statistics of what I know is like this could be a 1, 2, 3, a breakout gap and come back down and continue. So probabilities are if it does close and it pushes down, I'm adding more to my position around the 690s, 680s. Because remember, this is the area that I told you guys, man, resistance would be 680, 690-ish to continue down. And it did go to 674. Now the probability is resistance turns into what? Support. So now it's just you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Resistance turns to support, or support turns to resistance. All right, so there goes the pushback. Like I said, 2 minute breakaway, right? We got the breakout. You can see visually we got the breakout. We never tapped we never tapped this little fair value gap yet. So you see how we're in the fair value gap now? Now let's go to the 15-second. You can observe how we're gonna get all these stop losses. Now we need to see some type of 4-bar reversal for momentum to the upside. If that fails to do so, then guess what? It's only shorts all for the rest of the day. On the 5-second chart, you can see that a little bit more clear. So if this was previous resistance right here, and this was support, how low can I go? If these were the people that actually held a zone, you can see this 1, 2, 3, and fair value gap tap continue. You would want to see them take these people out, maybe respect this zone of 614, more or less. That's for me $1,000 more or less negative. Let's see. This shit looks heavy on the 5-minute, by the way. So be cautious. If you're only if you have not entered and you're starting to look for entries, you're only in one micro. You're not being a gambler. Okay? Nice 30-second support. It needs to close like engulfing above. Notice how we have another fair value gap up here, and this does look like a double top right here. You got to be careful right here, guys. This can easily go like this and reject. Now, our like the area where we really want to make sure that we're disrespecting completely for sells is that 721 zone. If we don't disrespect that and momentum just continues falling, trust me, guys, it's a short day for the rest of the day. It's an obvious liquidity above and a lot of liquidity at the bottom, guys. So imagine market could just keep flying down, right? Let's just say it keeps flying. Look at this no wick candle on the 1 hour at 283. That's insane. The 10-minute candle looks insane as well, dude. One more minute till that candle closes. Very nice. So we have a 4-bar reversal. You can see it visually on the 30-second, guys. Look at the 30-second. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this engulfing. Again, we need to disrespect this New York point of control. Now, notice how we have, okay? Notice how we have this right here. You notice how this one is the low body and this is the high? That was support right there. However, it wasn't what we usually call like this stop loss hunt for fuel to continue to the top. So this can be our fuel line right here. If it goes all the way down here and then it runs, that would suck because it took us out before it ran. But ideally, we want to see this area disrespected. I'm hesitant to add to my position at the moment. I rather add to my position once I'm above the 650s. It'll give me more of a, okay, we held the line at the bottom and we survived all that bottom craziness. All right, so far we're disrespecting that point of control. It's just a matter of how it closes, guys. Notice how we keep getting that resistance. One more minute to the 2 minute closes. That would be a clean. That would be super clean if it just runs and pumps into like 780 as a close. Nice continuation on the 1 minute. You saw how I pushed down and pushed up. That is what you call continuation candles. Now, do we get any immense rejection? That's the part I can't control. That's the part and the variable as a trader. You execute your executions, understanding that there's risk behind this. Mind you guys, if this was a funded account, I would have been out of this trade a long time ago.
Yeah, I took longs on that retest, so I'm done.
hmm Nice little 15-minute candle so far. We got 3 more minutes for the close of the 15-minute, guys. If this 15-minute closes like this above the point of control, you already know your direction. It's just a matter of letting it do its thing. Mm. 2 minute spinning top green is a good sign, guys. That's a good sign that buyers are strong. But again, we're looking for London point of control as our target, right? I have 1527 because again, I have a new EVA I'm trying to pass. But looking at the 5 minute, the 5 minute looks very, very healthy. It looks very beautiful. Who's in any trade at this moment? Talk to me. Anybody in a trade?
Not right.
Go ahead, Francis.
Yeah, did a long momentum to get some money, took money,
Nice.
and I'm just seeing what's happening now.
I love that. See green, take green. Anybody else took a
Yes.
trade?
Yeah, I was long on both pumps up.
Nice,
So,
bro. So you got the pump at the beginning and then the pump here.
yep, I got the opening pump and the retest.
Now, always remember this pattern right here, guys. So I always say to you guys, like the breaker block, for whatever reason, I learned that recently from my cousin. The breaker, like I already saw the pattern all the time, but the breaker block, I didn't understand it until now, like more recent. Um, so breaking it down, if we have a breaker block, right, and we didn't actually fall lower than where I told you guys, this was the buyer holding the line. They basically ate everybody that started shorting and squeezed everybody that basically um, took stop loss on or whatever. Looking at the 3 minute, we have that nice, beautiful breakout. So this can continue into the upside. How far can we go, guys? Look at the neckline. We're basically almost, we're in the beginning still. Like we're halfway through this big candle. All of this is liquidity, and look at the neckline over here. See this reversal right here? The neckline is all the way over here. We could pump all the way to 30,000, like 100, 30,050 more or less. That's why, again, I love, no worries, pretty. Thank you for being here. This is why I love being able to trade New York Open, because New York Open lets me see everything a little bit more clear when I'm patient. So the confluences in the beginning of the day, like I mentioned to you guys, If every wick was taking out everybody else, the manipulation was right here. So if we were accumulating, manipulating, and then the directional after the stop loss hunt, then we already knew where we were going. It was just a matter of time. So right here, what I have to do is I have to like add to my position to make sure I can secure this dub. Let's see something here. That's 138 points on 5 micros, guys. I can't even hold 2 minis, 3 minis, 100 points. That's crazy. But here we are with 5 micros. It's just to show you guys there's a big difference between trading like minis and micros. A huge difference. Huge difference. With the micros, you actually have to let that shit play out. With the minis, you actually have to like trail. So now we're seeing that rejection above point of control, like I mentioned to you guys. This was our TP1. So if you didn't take profits up there, you're being a greedy bastard. And that's me, all right? I'm gonna try my best to see if I can add to this position so it could go back up. Damn, I don't like the way it's rejecting really, really hard. But very nice 5-minute candle though. Look at the 5-minute. The only way that you would start looking for sells on the 5-minute, right, is if this candle closes all the way down here. Why? Because it disrespects again what we were talking about earlier, the point of control of New York. So then the next candle would go a big wick up and a continuation candle down, and it'll continue down, so on, so on. That's the only way you're using this as like influence to start shorting, because what can happen is it's a failed like neckline retest, you know. All right, so we're seeing some pump. I'm gonna add to my position. Oops, what's going on here? It's not letting me take this shit to like 15. There you go. Hopefully I get what I need to get. So I added to my position just to get that massive pump. Should have filled it in earlier, but whatever. 1536. Let's see if I get it.
Yep, I just got in and out again on another one.
Come on, baby. Just go for it. Take me to the ballpark. Bro, if this shit just dumps hard, I'm gonna be so mad, bro. You can see the sort of like a reversal shape over here. So how I scalp, right? You would see this as a reversal, neckline retest, continuation down. Hopefully I'm wrong.
That's why I was thinking it could liquidity sweep or something.
So you can see the first seller stepping in and more resistance. Hopefully we actually break through it. Bro, that's some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Ah, come on, market. Just give me my thing, bro. There's your 4-bar reversal, guys. This right here is a 4-bar reversal on the 32nd. And now you can see the 2-minute hanging man. This is the hanging man on the 2-minute. This feels terrible to watch. If I were to hold this, it would go all the way down here. I'm gonna take the risk. Fuck that. I was right there, guys. 2 times I was right there. That's crazy. So there's the New York point of control. We either become we either make it a key level, or we actually disrespect this and just plummet, guys. So now you can see two things, guys. We have one resistance, and we have the next one right here. So now we have sort of like retest, continuation down, so on and so on and so on. So that would be the play for now if you actually have like short bias. Hopefully I'm wrong. The 5 minute looks strong as fuck. You can see a failed 4 bar reversal more or less. Hopefully actually flies. Yes, baby. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Come on. Let me hear that excitement,
That
guys.
was nice. That was nice.
Let's hear that. Yeah, bro.
Good
That
job.
was, I mean,
Rico, good job.
it doesn't rattle me up. It just makes me pissed off when it doesn't give me the TP by a few points, but the direction is right there, guys. The direction is there. But yeah, that's how you trade, guys. Examine this video. I recorded this session for you guys, okay? I recorded it for you guys for many reasons. You can hear how I'm calm. You have to study that, guys. For you guys to understand what I'm doing every single day, I stay calm all the time. I trust my analysis. I trust my eyes. I trust my levels. I trust everything I do. Everything else that happens next, it's like random. It's not in my control to care whether I was right or wrong. So just take that for account. Like when you start seeing um, a lot of the things that I post, a lot of the things that I do, study that. Because if you want to get to the level of trading that people are already pursuing, per se, like the results that you want, study what that person does. When I was first starting to trade, I would study FX Alex G, I would study Lambo Raul, I would study Q Banks. I mean, like, I would digest everything they would do, not only from the charts, but the way that they would talk, the way that they would express themselves, the way that they were gratituding life about everything, the family, everything. Just think about it. Because if somebody's doing what you want, you just have to replicate it. Find your own mojo inside of that, and then the rest is just coming. So that's all I got for today, guys. Anybody have any questions before I go?
Thank you so much, Rio. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Francis. You're
And,
welcome, Gray.
and thank you for recording it.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.